Hi everybody, welcome back to Avalon School London. My name's Zane. In today's lesson, we're going to be looking at the difference between two words, hope and wish. Many students get very confused about these words because in some of your languages, hope and wish, if you translate them, translate into the same word in your language. But in English, they mean very different things. So in this lesson, we're first going to look at the difference in meaning, which I will show you now. And then we're going to look at the difference in grammar, in structure. And we'll do that using a few different examples and how we use them in speaking about the past, about the present, about the future. And you'll see the different meanings that they have. So in the first part, let's look at the difference in meaning. So here we have the word hope. Hope. Now, if we use the word hope about a situation, it means that it is possible. It can happen. For example, I hope I can see you tomorrow. It means that it's possible, that I want to see you tomorrow, and it's possible to see you tomorrow. Maybe we won't, but I hope to. That is my intention, my hope. However, if we use the word wish, it means it's impossible. So if I say to you, I wish I could see you tomorrow, it means that I won't be seeing you tomorrow. Maybe I have to do something else. Maybe you're busy, but it would be something that I would prefer. I wish I could see you tomorrow. I wish I could see you tomorrow. I can't, but I would be happier if I could see you tomorrow. So that's the difference in meaning. Hope is possible, it's a possibility. Wish is impossible, an impossibility. Before we move on to the grammar, the structure, just notice here. So here with hope I can see you tomorrow. Can is in the present form. It's a modal verb. Here, I wish I could see you tomorrow. So here, can, modal verb, the past form is could. And of course, after the modal verb, we have the infinitive, but we put the verb into the past with wish to indicate that it is an impossible situation. So that's the difference in meaning. Now, let's have a look at our first example of the difference in use in structure. So now we're going to look at the differences between hope and wish, and we're going to see how they're used in different situations of time. So for example, the first example that we look at is hope and wish used in present time, now. So let's imagine the situation. We have a friend who's been feeling sick. At the moment it's December in London and it's quite cold and many people have a cold, they're sneezing and so on. And we know our friend has been sick. So maybe we see our friend and we say, oh, I hope you're feeling better. I hope you're feeling better. In other words, that we hope that our friend at this moment is feeling better possibly than they were the day before. So here, the structure is I hope plus a present tense. In this, here we're saying I hope you are feeling better. You are feeling better. It's present clause there. So in this example, I hope you're feeling better means you're going to say yes or no. Yes or no. It's possible, yes, that my friend is feeling better, but it's also possible that my friend will say no. Okay, I hope you're feeling better. Yes, I am, thank you very much. Or, no, still terrible, I've still got a terrible cold. Okay, so we hope it's a possible situation that they are feeling better. However, if we use wish, for example, I wish you felt better, I wish you felt better, we know that the person is still sick. So maybe they have not just a cold, but flu, and they're still very, very sick, maybe still in bed. And we say, I wish you felt better. Okay? We know they're not, but it's impossible at the moment because they're still sick. So here we have wish plus past tense. So here the main verb was feel, and the past of feel is felt. So I hope you're feeling better means it's possible that you are feeling better. Whereas if we use wish, it's impossible. We know that in the present situation, the person is not feeling better, okay? And later we will see, if we speak about the future, it's a slightly different grammatical structure. So again, the difference is between possibility and impossibility. And this is the grammar, present tense, past tense, when we're speaking and using hope and wish in a present situation. So let's move on to the next example. So let's look at the next situation where we will examine the difference between hope and wish. And again, using time, we're going to look at hope and wish in a past situation. Hope and wish in a past situation. So, at this time of year, many people have taken tests and we're worried about whether we passed or failed and so on. So, if you think it's a possibility that you wrote a test and passed it, then we can use this structure. I hope I passed the test. I hope I passed the test. Okay? So here, I hope I passed the test means I don't know if I did or not. I don't know if I passed the test or I didn't pass the test. I don't know, but it's possible. It's a possibility. So therefore, we would use hope, because hope means it's possible. So the structure here is hope plus the past simple. So the past simple of pass, to pass a test, opposite of fail, is passed. I hope I passed the test. Now, if we know that we did terribly in the test, so maybe we haven't got our marks yet, but we know we failed, or maybe we have got our marks and we are 100% sure that we failed the test, sorry, then we would use the structure. And of course, remember, wish is something that you would prefer to happen. So it's not that you wanted to fail the test, you still wished you passed the test. So here we use this. I wish I had passed the test. I wish I had passed the test. Okay? So here, I wrote the test in the past. I know I didn't pass the test. I failed it, but I wish I had passed it. Okay? So there, the structure is I wish plus the past perfect. I wish I had, auxiliary verb have, past participle, I had passed the test. So, in a past situation, for hope, we use hope plus past simple. I hope I passed the test. It's a possibility. For wish, we use wish plus past perfect. But again, see how the difference between hope and wish is between possible, possibility, and impossible, impossibility. And how the grammar, the verb is put one step back into the past. Okay, so now we're going to look at another time situation, and we've looked at the present time, we've looked at past time, now we're going to look at future time. So we've looked at the difference between hope and wish in a present situation, in a past situation, and now we're going to look at the difference between hope and wish in a future situation. But again, remember that the difference in meaning is still the same. Hope means it's possible. Wish means it's impossible. So, now we're going to look at the future situation. Now, this time of year, again, December in London is getting very cold, and sometimes there's a bit of rain, and sometimes we wake up and we just don't want to get out of bed. Maybe you're on holiday and you're having terrible weather, unless of course you're skiing, and that's different. But maybe the weather is terrible and you really hope that the weather is not so bad in the future, that it will get better. So let's have a look at some sentences. So the first one, I hope the weather gets better soon. I hope the weather gets better soon. Okay, or another form, I hope the weather will get better soon. I hope the weather will get better soon. Now, both of those sentences we're using hope, and it's a possibility. In other words, it's a possibility that the weather will get better in the future. And there are two structures that we can use. We can use hope plus the present tense. I hope the weather gets better soon. Or we can use hope plus will plus infinitive. Now, will is a modal verb, and after the modal verb we use infinitive. So I hope the weather will get better soon. So it might not, but it's possible. That's the important thing. So with hope plus present tense or will plus infinitive. So now let's look at wish. Here, I wish the weather would get better soon. I wish the weather would get better soon. Okay, but I know it won't. So maybe we've seen the weather forecast and we know for the next few days the weather will be terrible. So we wish it would get better soon, but we know it won't. Okay, so again, this is the grammar, but the meaning, the difference in meaning between the two is between possible, hope is possible, and wish is impossible. Okay, so those are the three different examples that we're going to use in the three different time situations. And I hope you see the difference in grammar. You can just rewind and have another look at the board if you want to look at the grammar. But again, through all of them, the difference in meaning is between hope, possible, wish, impossible. Okay, so now again, December in London. And for some of us, Christmas is coming up when we give presents. So let's look at a few examples of sentences that we can use at Christmas time between hope and wish. So we've looked at hope and wish, hope possible, wish impossible, in the present, in the past, and in the future. So let's look at some examples that we can use in our real life. So as I said, it's now December in London and Oxford Street is just 2 minutes walk from here, is completely full. This entire area around where we are, we're in the centre of London on Denmark Street, the Tin Pan Alley, is completely full of shoppers. So many people celebrate Christmas by giving presents. So let's have a look at some of the things we can use. So first of all, if we use hope about a present that it's possible that we would get. So for example, let's use an Xbox. Now, many people give computers or Xboxes or things like that for Christmas. It's not always possible, but sometimes it's possible. Maybe it's possible. So here, hope and wish, Christmas is future situation. So here we use hope plus present tense plus will plus infinitive, one of those two structures. So we could say, maybe it's our father, maybe it's a brother. I hope he buys me an Xbox. I hope, present, he buys me an Xbox. Okay, so that's the grammar. Or we can say, I hope he will buy me an Xbox. This is the will plus infinitive. I hope he will buy me an Xbox. It's possible. We can use either of those two structures. Okay. Now, Xbox is possible, and for some of us, now for most of us, Ferrari. Okay, what about a Ferrari? I know for me, a Ferrari is impossible, completely impossible. But we could still want one. So, I wish he would buy me a Ferrari. It's impossible. I know it's impossible, but I wish he would buy me a Ferrari. Okay, so it's impossible. Again, hope, possible, wish, impossible, using the same grammatical structures as a future situation, because it's at the beginning of September as I'm recording this, and Christmas is still 3 weeks away. So let's have a look at some of the phonetics here. Of course, at Avalon School London, this is a speaking school, and we teach using phonetics, not only how the language is written and the grammar of the language, but how we say it. So here, I hope he buys me an Xbox, okay? I hope he buys me an Xbox. I hope he buys me an Xbox, okay? He buys me. I hope he buys me an Xbox. I hope he buys me an Xbox. And then the stress here. I hope he buys me an Xbox. I hope he buys me an Xbox. So rewind if you want to do that again. Here, I hope he will buy me an Xbox. Of course, he'll, contraction. I hope he'll buy me. I hope he'll buy me. I hope he'll buy me an Xbox. Again, emphasis or stress here, here, and here. I hope he buys me an Xbox. Sorry. I hope he'll buy me an Xbox. I hope he'll buy me an Xbox. Okay, so that's real possibility. Then here. So I wish he would buy me a Ferrari. I wish he'd. So he would, contraction. I wish he'd buy me a Ferrari. I wish he'd buy me a Ferrari. I wish he'd buy me a Ferrari. So there's the stresses. I wish he'd buy me a Ferrari. I wish he'd buy me a Ferrari. I wish he'd buy me a Ferrari. Okay. So if you want to practice the pronunciation, just rewind and have another look at the video. If you want to have another look at the grammar, just rewind and have a look. Okay, so that's a lesson on the difference between hope and wish, because that's something a lot of students asked us to do. It's very confusing in some of your languages, and the grammar will take time to remember, but the important thing is the difference in meaning stays the same, and no matter which time situation you look at. It's a difference between hope as a real possibility and wish as an impossibility. Okay, I hope that was useful to you, and just send us any questions if you have any requests about lessons or problems with the English language, whether it's pronunciation or grammar, anything like that. Make a comment in the comments below, contact us on our Facebook page, Instagram, website, email us, and we'll respond as quickly as we can. Bye-bye.